Hi, my name's Doug Schneider. Welcome back to Real Hi-Fi. Today, I'm going to tackle another audiophile, let's say voodoo topic. Can an audiophile grade CD ripper such as the Melco D100, which costs over $1,200 in the United States, produce better sounding CD rips? Now, why I went down this rabbit hole a few years ago, actually, was because I was reading where people were saying that the rips from a D100 sounded better, more natural, deeper SoundStage, blacker blacks and all that. So I wanted to investigate. And let me cut to the chase and tell you that there was one way the D100 did improve the sound, but otherwise there was not one bit, literally, of difference. Let's deal with the latter first. So what I did to conduct these tests was I got a D100 in, obviously, and I hooked it to the same Samsung laptop running DB PowerAmp ripping software that I had used to rip my entire collection before, and it has a pretty good optical drive already. And so what I did was ripped a bunch of the discs that I had previously ripped that had been ripped securely and verified against the accurate rip database and had no issues with them. I ripped them in the same format as well, WAV or FLAC. And the results were identical files in terms of sound and also bits. The way sound quality was assessed was obviously by listening to competing rips, and there was no difference whatsoever. No increase in naturalness, no blacker backgrounds, no better soundstage depth. They were the same. And then what I did was I took these rips and I loaded them into Foobar 2000 playback software, which has a really useful tool called binary comparator. What binary comparator does is it looks at the song data bit by bit and compares it to another song, and it tells you if there are differences. And with these files, there were no differences. And in the digital music file world, if two files are bit for bit identical, they will sound the same. So my listening tests were no surprise. However, I went a bit further. Right here is my not impossible to rip, but really hard to rip stack of CDs. They generate errors when I try to rip them in my Samsung optical disc reader. And just to be sure, I don't have a faulty optical disc reader. I've lent some of them to Diego Estan, our electronics measurement specialist, and his optical reader had trouble with them too. In fact, his didn't do as well on most of the discs I gave him. However, the D100 did make it through all these discs better than my optical disc reader did. As I was watching it rip, it struggled in the exact same song places. And most of the time, either made it further on the disc or made it all the way through. There was only one disc that the D100 didn't make it through. This blue rodeo disc, which I think is just a really bad pressing. But on these hard, nearly impossible to rip CDs, it did do a better job of ripping them. And what I mean by a better job is better at getting the bits off these nearly impossible to read discs into DB PowerAmp and then into a music file. It has a better optical drive than what I have in my Samsung laptop, what Diego has, and maybe what many people have. And so if somebody buys a D100, they're paying a lot of money, but at least they're getting something good. I was impressed the way it powered through these discs. It did better than my own drive. Paying extra got me more. But there's another but. That, in my opinion, is the only way the sound quality is actually improved. It's reading the bits that the other drives couldn't read. All or nothing in digital type of thing. So it's getting music data off the disk that otherwise couldn't be gotten off. All told then, if your current optical disk drive reads your CDs just fine and you're getting error-free rips, you'll derive no benefit from something like the D100 or a similar audiophile grade ripper. If you have some difficult to read CDs, like I do, then maybe. Or you could just buy some new CDs to replace them. Up to you. I hope this helped. Thank you for watching.